Good morning. This is Slow Editor on April 28th on Sunday morning. I'm going to show how I wash down this 2023 Ducati Diavel V4. I like to do it in the morning, so it's been sitting in the garage overnight, so it's at room temperature. So you don't want to do it when it's hot, and it's about 65 degrees, 70, so you don't want it to be too hot outside either. And if it's a hot day, just do it in the shade. So step one is to fill up a bucket. This is a 5-gallon bucket. I use the McGuire's Ultimate Wash and Wax. This is pretty good. So it's a very gentle soap, and it's got a integrated wax in it. So it does leave a nice shiny finish. So I fill the bucket up about here with the nozzle underwater, so it doesn't foam up. And then when you get to about here, you do it. You hit it on the top and see how it builds up the foam. So I get a good bit of foam, and then when that's ready, I take my some microfiber towels here, put them in there, get those soaking down, get those saturated with water, and then I rinse the bike down. And I do have a power washer, which I use on my trucks and my tractors and my car, but I use a very, you want to use a very gentle wash on your motorcycle, because you don't want to blast water up into the bearings or any of the mechanical parts. So you don't want to I would not power wash a motorcycle personally. And this same process goes, I do on all my vehicles, every few months I do wash down the engine compartment with this method, with the light amount of water, because if you keep your engine in your car clean, all the dirt, it helps it cool. You don't get a layer of muck on your engine. But anyways, so you want to rinse it down good from all angles. And also I spray up underneath there, kind of up from the bottom a little bit. I spray up under the fender here, gets all the dirt. And this is a low velocity, so you can get in there. I spray my chain, the chain's lubed, so once you get that rinsed, take a handful of this, just get the suds on there, just kind of wipe everything down. I do the seat, do the back, get everything soaped up, get some suds on there. Clean off all the bugs from the headlight. Wipe this down. And I just kind of wipe everything off. Get all the fairings. I even wash down the brakes and get around get the wheels and the tire. I do not armor all, so I just keep the tires clean to keep them black. You don't want to put any lubricants on your tires. So you want to get a good soapy wax get underneath. So I do half the bike at a time. And then you want to rinse it. And you want to rinse it before the soap dries on there. That's why you want to let it be cool. Low temperature out so it doesn't dry. You want to get all the suds off. So that clears away all the dirt and it leaves a layer of wax. And you keep the other side. Now we'll do the other side real quick. Soap this down like I did the other side. Get the wheel, the brake, the brakes. You know, when your bike's waterproof, don't worry about it. It's just really just get all those nooks and crannies by hand. Get the seat. I mean, I kind of overlap. Clean the muffler. Get the rear tire. Actually, stick your hand in there. Get the wheel. Get the grease. Rinse it down. And if you keep on top of your washing of your motorcycle, even your car, it's not too hard because there's nothing really, there's not like too much layer of grease on there. Okay, then I got to roll it forward and repeat. So what I do is I pick a point on the tire, like here's the red mark, so I'm going to rotate that 180 degrees, that red dot. Or you could pick the valve stem or something, so just, you know, you push it forward. Up there. Then you repeat the process. And that's mainly, I usually wash it down twice quickly. Just quick, I got most of it. You want to get that wax on there, but mainly when you roll it forward, you just want to get the wheel, clean off the brake rotors, clean the wheel. Clean the brake rotor, wipe down the forks, get the bugs. Get the other wheel. See a little bit of dirt. Don't worry too much about the dirt. Then you rinse. We're almost done. Stick with me. Like I said, this bike was pretty clean. It just got its 19,000 mile service, so had a little bit of grime on it. Remember, your bike's waterproof, so you just don't want to blast it with the pressure washer because that'll get up in the bearings and you don't want that. And then when I lube my chain, I do it when after it's dry and I come back and it's warm, and then I use the chain lube. So what I do, if you don't have one of these, you get one of these. It's any auto parts store, or probably Amazon. You get that soaked up like that, and this is nice because it gets, I just go around with it, and it gets, and since I wash my bike consistently, I mean, this gets in all the nooks and crannies really good. And I even use it to, you know, get in there and keep that all clean. Otherwise, if you do it with your hand, your knuckles get like all bloody. But this is how I get in there. Clean that. Get in all the nooks and crannies. And I usually take long. I'm just speeding it up for the video here. So I get in all the nooks and crannies. You can't see, but I stick it in all the... It really... This does a good job cleaning. And I also clean the... Get in there and clean that. This is how you keep this clean. Don't be afraid to get in there. Get that all cleaned off. Rinse it. You know, you could use it to get all these nooks and crannies like that. Get in there and I clean the shock. Then I usually do it one more time. I roll it, but I'm just going to do it twice. To keep the video short, so you guys get the gist. Of course, you want to get the, you want to get all the, we're almost done here. Get up under there. Okay, make sure you rinse all the soap out. The mirrors. And like I said, I usually do that like 2 or 3 more times. I roll it and then I wash it, but it's pretty clean. So kind of last step I do, it seems to work. I stand at a 45-degree angle and then I just go like that. And what that does is that gets the wax. And then pour that last little bit out, a little bit of dirt. And then so what you want to do is just rinse it off, and that coats everything in a wet layer of wax. And that's why you don't want to power wash it, because this way the water just kind of drains off. Leaves it nice and shiny. And that's the McGuire's yellow wash and wax stuff. Make sure you get a good rinse. Get up under there, get up under there. Go around the bike a few times. That's pretty good. Let it drip dry. And I do have these backup rags. Like these dirty rags are for like if your wheels are real greasy, or if it's really greasy in here, you can get in there and just scrub all that grease off up in here. But it's pretty clean, so I won't use those. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pat it down. I just use a regular cotton towel. And I do this all the time, so I don't know. You just want to get the water off so you don't get any water spots. But you won't get water spots too bad with this McGuire's. I mean, if you leave a water, so you just want to get it. And that's why you want to do it in the shade. Like if you're in a hot area, you should be doing this in the shade, because you don't want this to be hot to the touch. Like that's pretty cold feeling. You want the metal. I mean, it won't ruin it, just it'll leave water spots everywhere. That's all. So it comes out pretty shiny. I mean, I'm not too crazy about drying it. I mean, you just want to get most of the water off. We can go to the next step. Mainly just the fairings. Everything else it'll pretty much drip dry without putting water spots on it. So I just get the headlight, always get the bugs off. I mean, and sometimes I'll skip this step. You don't really need to dry it off. But it helps. I'm just trying to speed up the video here. So then I dry off the wheels. Dry that off. Okay, it's pretty good because I want to fast forward to. So I always use some brand new wipes. So I always use one brand new one, and this is the brand new one I had from last time. So it's slightly dirty. So the brand new one I use the tank, and then this one that I used last time I use on the other lower parts of the bike, and then I throw this one away, and then this is the new used one. I get a new one. So I kind of rotate through the cloths. So this stuff is great. It's the original Bike Spirit spray cleaner and polish. Quickly cleans and polishes and protects. Yeah, this stuff's really good. Now this is nice. So you don't need to really wash it. You could just use this stuff, but I just wanted to wash it. But then you got to make sure it's dry. It goes on better when it's dry. So what I do, I mean, you can. Sometimes I fold up and spray it right on the top, but right on the rag, but it's not too bad. So I just spray it on. So that's like a wash and a wax, basically, is what that is. Then you just go in there and buff it out. I mean, that takes you all about 10 seconds. So now you got a nice layer of wax on there. And it's super clean. There's no, what's nice about that, there's no, there'll be no watermarks. And so as you can see, it's nice and shiny. And you may want to get the dirt off so that when you're doing this, you don't have dirt. You're not grinding the dirt into your paint. So I mean, I would at least recommend rinsing it off, drying it, and then waxing it. But if you're in a pinch, a lot of people, if they go to bikes or bike shows, they just keep this somewhere and they just use this. A little on the back. And if you get a little overspray, don't worry about it. It doesn't, it's not like some other wax products where it turns white, so it doesn't turn white on your seat. So it really just, and then I get underneath. Yeah, I'll do that later. It's wet. I didn't dry it, but yeah, so I spray it on there. I mean, you could really use it just on the whole bike. That's what it's for. And then when I get to this part here, you can see it's picking up some of the dirt. I just spray it on the rag. That way you don't have to spend a lot of time on the nooks and crannies. So I just go like this. Then you could just brush it on, wipe it on. I mean, it just wipes right on and wipes off. So all this stuff gets a coat of wax. Makes it look black. I mean, and usually this part of the process, I spend more time on, but I'm trying to speed it up for the video here, just to get it in there. Oh. And what's nice is once this is on, like I could leave this sit out here and dry for like, and then just come out and then just quickly buff it out, which is nice. And then also on the front, I mean, I just try not to get it on the brake rotor. It's not too big of a deal. You don't want to spray it right on, you know. I haven't had any problems with it. Keeps everything nice and black and shiny. Then I do the headlight, keeps it nice and shiny. And it is a cleaner, so it does get, there's some bug grime. It gets rid of all the bug. Yeah, it looks crystal clear. Okay. With that slow letter out, so I'll finish it up, but that's basically what I do. So I'm also going to do the, just FYI, I do the wheels. So you spray that in there. And then you go in there and it makes your wheels look really shiny. And it gets all that, yeah, see this, and that's how it gets dirty. It's that last step. I do that last. So you go all the way around, and I don't spray it on but I spray it on here, and I just go around and keep a little black. All right, with that, slow at her out. Keep your motorcycle maintained, and also keep it clean. All right, have a good day. Slow at her out. Bye.